Been here since day one.
Coach Mia. Thank you all for tuning in to Season 2, Episode 10 of Glow 365 TV show, equals our greater level of wellness. On today's show, I have three beautiful, amazing women who are members of the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida. But first, allow me to introduce my esteemed co-host, Coach Dawn Hewitt.
Good evening,
Hey,
Mia.
Dawn. How are you? I am doing wonderful. Again, we're back for another amazing show. But first, we would like to send prayers to Lady Q's son, Micaiah, who had surgery today. So we are praying for a speedy recovery. And also, Sophie G is not here with us because she is so busy, with her sister, Dr. Karen Green, who's running for Congress. And, Dawn, I want to touch on this past Sunday. I attended the Jamaican American Association anniversary celebration church service. They usually do that for the Independence, and such an amazing time, just to sing from Raquel and also Adriana Clark, Dr. Philip Leafat, who was the MC, and the pastor that was there that gave a wonderful message. It was just amazing. I enjoyed it. And they had it about 2 years ago before the pandemic that I also attended as well, too. So it was a great time, that Jamaican independence celebration,
Sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful. I also just wanted to... I've been doing good, thank you. And I wanted to mention how wonderful our last show was, too. With the men that we spoke to about Men's Health Month. And
yes, definitely.
Yeah, that was a dynamic show.
Yeah, we talk a lot about, women's health and stuff. So it's nice for us to do, men's health and, because again, our better half, we got to take care of, them as well, too. We're just as important as, as they are as well, too. So that's
Absolutely.
awesome to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you share a little bit about, before we even start that, let me remind everyone to like and subscribe on YouTube at Official KUO Magazine, and see all our current and previous show. Dawn, just, we have our special guest that's on the show today. Can you share a little bit about the Jamaican American Association?
Yes, certainly. The Jamaican American Association of Central Florida is a 501c3 nonprofit, and of course it's also known as JAAOCF. It's a non-political organization in Orlando, established in 1986 to primarily provide a support group for Jamaicans residing in Central Florida. Their mission is to preserve, enhance, and promote our cultural heritage by and through focusing on education, our youth, community service, and emergency assistance, both locally and internationally, and so much more. Let's take a quick break. When we return, Coach Mia will have a conversation with the founder, Marjorie Brown.
We'll be back in 60 seconds. The Jamaican American Association of Central Florida proudly presents Jamaica's 60th Independence Scholarship and Debutants Award Gala on August 6, 2022 at the Rosen Plaza Hotel from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Guest speaker will be Dr. Dwayne Dice, CEO of Education Solution International. Co-MCs are Mr. Lewis Witter and Miss Adriana Clark of Caribbean Rhythms Radio. Dinner served at 7:30 p.m., music and dancing by DJ Charlie Brown and Caribbean Groove Band. Tickets are $75 by calling 407-467-1741 or 321-439-2130 and also 407-292-3719. Join us for a night of excellence and elegance as we celebrate Jamaica's Diamond Jubilee. For more information, please visit online at www.JAAOCF.com. Welcome back. Our first guest today is Mrs. Marjorie Brown. Born in the parish of St. Thomas, Jamaica, West Indies, she migrated from Jamaica to New York City and earned an AAS degree in medical lab technology and a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing, along with working at hospitals in Bronx, New York. She opened a combined grocery and takeout restaurant in downtown Orlando and also worked as a nurse. She is the founder of the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida, short JAAOCF. Mrs. Brown, welcome to Glow.
Thank you, Mayor, Coach Mayor, and it's a beautiful program. I can see from the start that you seem to be accomplishing quite a lot with your program right here, and I'm happy to be a part of it for this week.
We are truly honored to have you here, as the founder. But, I want to go back a little, from the medical field, being a business entrepreneur, and entering the field of radio broadcasting. Can you share a little bit about how Caribbean Vibration Radio Show started?
Get started. Yes. I'm a visionary type of person. When I think of something, I tend to go at it. And when we relocated from New York into Orlando, and actually we moved into Orlando because I thought it was a shorter distance to Jamaica, and I would have gotten to Jamaica. I was still so very Jamaican and want to be as close to Jamaica as I could be. So that's why I relocated to Orlando. The radio show started because I think the music out of Jamaica is so vibrant and it brings everybody together. And at that time, there was not much going on regarding the Caribbean islands. So I've decided, and it was easy to purchase time on the radio station and produce a show. So that's what I did. I purchased some hours, 3 hours on a Saturday morning, and started Caribbean Vibrations radio show so that the people within the community, and also it helps me to advertise or market our business at the time. My husband actually was the one who was running the business. I was doing nursing. And so we could combine that as a way of telling other Caribbean people where we are located, which is downtown Orlando at the time.
Awesome. Now, do you remember some of the radio personalities that were on the show?
Not exactly. So many years have passed, and you move from one phase of doing one thing into another phase, and sometimes you don't keep up with all the many people that you have encountered as you go along. However, what I did at the time in order to facilitate and help with people from the Caribbean islands, I usually get the news directly from Jamaica, so that people that were in the Central Florida area could stay in communication or know exactly what was going on the islands. And not only in Jamaica, but because when they record the news out of Jamaica, it's not only focused on Jamaica, but on the other Caribbean islands. So other Caribbean people within this community was able to stay abreast of what was happening on their islands.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. As we go back, to November of 1985, there were selected individuals that you invited to your home to discuss formulating a society which was first named West Indian Civic Association, then the American Society of Central Florida, and
Caribbean.
today we know it as the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida. Mrs. Brown, you went again from medical field to restaurant owner to radio broadcast to forming this society, organization. And first, let me say, I am honored to be a member of this society today. What was this the Jamaican mindset that, you weren't doing enough work and you just had to think of something? Because you kind of remind me of myself that, sometime late night, I think of, it's like, I need something else I need to do. So what was that mindset at that time? Was it late night in the afternoon that you thought of, okay, I need to create an organization for some people and invite a few people and see what we can do?
Actually, if you move out of a vibrant area like New York City, I lived in the Bronx, and you get into Central Florida, where there were a few Caribbean people, but they were so dispersed in different areas that you hardly encounter many of them at a time. And so, like I mentioned earlier, I'm a visionary person. And when I think of something, I tend to want to put it into action. So at the time, I was doing nursing at Orlando General Hospital in the intensive care. And that is now Advent Hospital on the east side. And so when you hear of something happening that's Caribbean related, you want to get there. And I always think, well, a few of us are here, but what if something should happen to anybody? What type of representation? How do we get together as a community and to support each other? So I thought of the best thing to do is form an organization and get as many people that I could get together to stand united. And so I started writing my ideas down and start formulating the plans how to get this off the ground. So happened that while I was working at Orlando General, one of the doctors that would come in to see his patients there was Dr. Ken Richards. And I showed him my plans and shared my ideas with him. So he was one of the very first person that was recruited to be a part of the then West Indian and American Civic Association. And so he said, well, I have two of my clients are Jamaicans and I will invite them. And so he invited Bertie and Olive, and they came, they contacted me. And so we gathered, and the other folks that were, that met with us here in my house, same place where I'm living currently, were friends that I've had from New York, included Martel, Taylor, and Diane. We knew them from New York. And so I invited them and I shared the idea of starting a Caribbean association so we could have that representation and have a voice in the community, so to speak. And so that was how that got started.
That is awesome. And we definitely need that, to, celebrate our culture, but to also, the young, our youth, to educate them and have them also get involved as well, with that. So that was a great plan. I'm so proud of, what you guys have accomplished, for so many years and still going strong.
When that organization got started, some of the obstacles that we face then, when we started, I had 11 people, including myself, here that Sunday afternoon. Well, just about half of them continued, some of them never, although they agreed with the idea that I was sharing and putting together. Many of them never continued into a second meeting. But one of the obstacles we had to overcome at that time was where we should meet. And so I spent a lot of time trying to find places that we could meet to have these meetings. And sometimes, I don't know, someone lives in an apartment complex and have a clubhouse, and we'll meet there. So I will meet in Winter Park, and we'll meet in Altamont Springs, and wherever we could find somewhere to meet. I would do all that investigation. Another thing we had to overcome is finances, because of course it's a new organization and there was no money to get many of the ideas. So then I had to finance a lot of the activities that we were doing at the time, even if it's for refreshments and things like that, just to get it off the ground and get it going. And so here we are.
Now, you're also the chairperson for the membership. What are some of the criterias, for someone who wanted to become a member or volunteer?
To become a member of the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida, first and foremost, since the name has been changed, because it has gone through the name changes. The Caribbean, when we started as a Caribbean American Association, it was to encompass the Caribbean area, all the islands, and along the way it was changed. The focus was changed to Jamaica. So the requirement is you have to be of Jamaican heritage, whether you're born in Jamaica or you're a descendant of someone who was born in Jamaica, or if you're married to a Jamaican. So those are the three most outstanding qualifications there to become a member of the Jamaican American Association. And you mentioned volunteering. That is open to anyone, because that is a voluntary service that you will be bringing to the organization. So if you're qualified, like my dear sister wants to learn how to be an expert at computering, and you're qualified to teach that class, you could come in and offer your service and become a volunteer. And that you don't have to pay a membership dues fee for. So it's easy to become a volunteer, ages 18 and up. And of course, college students can also become volunteers, because they can use that as a part of their community service and get credits for that as they progress in their plans, along the way. But I must say the Jamaican American Association has achieved much, and we watch ourselves. It was, I did enjoy all of that, because it was a family and still is. But then you have the little kids who did not know much about Jamaica. And so the Sunday evenings when we meet, used to be the kids' room where a volunteer will sit there and tell them about Jamaica, and then the adults will meet somewhere else and have the adult meeting. And then we have this family day in the park, and the children at Easter time will have their egg hunt and all of that. So it was real camaraderie, so to speak. And then we develop in giving these annual scholarships. So we have grown throughout the years.
Yes, you guys are definitely doing, amazing thing in the community and also back home. But Mrs. Brown, thank you so much for being on the show, taking your time to be here and sharing a little bit about how the Jamaican American Association started and some of the things that you're doing. Let's take a break, and when we return, Coach Dawn will have a conversation with Dr. Barbara Dawkins, who is the president of the Jamaican American Association. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
It's your girl, Lady Q, and I would love to invite you to What's in Your Purse Women's Conference. The date is August 12th through the 14th, and we're going to get together and we're going to release the baggage that we have been carrying, and I need you to go register. Register for the conference at www.wip22.eventbrite.com. Grab your mom, your sister, your cousin, your friend, your next door neighbor, your co-worker, and bring them with you August 12th through the 14th for What's in Your Purse Women's Conference. And I cannot wait to see you there.
Welcome back, everyone. Our second guest today is Dr. Barbara Dawkins, who is born in the parish of Kingston, Jamaica, West Indies. She's a retired professional educator, a teacher, president of the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida, and she's been a member for 36 years. Jamaican American Association of Central Florida free tutoring program. She has a Bachelor of Arts from the University of Central Florida, a Master's in Education from American College of Education, and a doctorate in leadership and the teaching of reading, just to name a few. Dr. Dawkins, welcome to Glow.
Thank you for having me. Great work, Glow.
Thank you. Thank you. And we could say the same to you. So as a professional, as a retired professional school teacher who's taught for the past 40 years, being here in this country, we know so much about American history, but how important is it to know our own cultural heritage and history?
Like Marcus Garvey said, anyone without a knowledge of their history is like a tree that has no roots. We need to be connected to where we're from. We need to know the greatness of our forefathers. We need to understand what we should continue working on, and that gives us strength. What comes to my mind is the resilience of the Jamaican people. Though people refer to as African Americans, and many Jamaicans may have a shared history because we came across in the Atlantic slave trade, the Jamaican culture and history present a different picture. We didn't go through some of the experiences, I don't want to say challenges, experiences that may have happened in the United States. And we need to draw from that history, know our own history, and pull on that for this resilience. Many times we talk about our little proverbs, Jamaican proverbs, and I see this being used so many times. We're little, but we're taller. And that gives you the strength to know that it doesn't matter what you can accomplish. As an educator, I see where we're training students to have grit. And when I think of grit, I think of the strength and the history of Jamaicans. We are a big country in a small island. Jamaica is world renowned. And as Jamaicans, you feel that it is your duty to go out and excel. That grit that we have makes us want to be contributors, not just people who take from the new world. Also, we need to realize that as we live, we are writing a new chapter of this history. We can't just look at the past because the history defines who we are. And we're continuing this by writing a new chapter. This is what guides us. This is what gives us pride in who we are. This is what gives us identity. And it is something that continues to our growth as human beings.
That is so beautiful, and I just love the passion that comes out in you when you speak on this issue. I wanted to quickly also ask, since we're talking about your background in education, can you tell us a little bit about the free tutoring program that you set up at, I believe it takes place at the JAAOCF Library?
Yes, this is part of the history of the Jamaican American Association. And one correction, I have not been a member for 36 years. I think if that is there, I need to correct that. I've been a member, I believe, for maybe over 26 years, but the
Okay.
association has been around for 30 something years.
Okay.
Some years ago, we realized that there was a need for extra tutoring for students, not just students of Jamaican descent, just students in Central Florida. And this happened while I was working in the elementary school. I was a classroom teacher then. When we had FCAT, the Florida Comprehensive Assessment Test, we met as an association and we tried to respond to needs. So my husband and I designed a curriculum that provided free tutoring after school and on Saturdays at the library that was located at Iowa. So we had the meeting rooms and we would reserve those meeting rooms and make sure that we had lessons. The association bought the material. There was absolutely no charge to any student that came through our doors. This continued for a number of years. After a while, the program was discontinued, maybe because we didn't have enough resources to continue. But this was a program that was well supported and showed great demand because we had students coming of various ages based on their need in reading and math.
That is so wonderful. And despite the fact that the program is discontinued, the impact that you've made on those the students that came through those doors, I'm sure they continue to pay it forward. So thank you for for your work. It takes a lot of heart and compassion to do something of that nature.
Thank you.
And with you being the president of the association, can you share those 26 years ago that you became affiliated with the association, how you got to this point?
I became affiliated with the Jamaican American Association shortly after we moved from New York to Central Florida. The same way people are searching for connections, I wanted to find an association that Mrs. Brown started it based on a need, and I commend her for that because my attraction to the association was because of that need. I wanted to find a common group. When I joined, I believe there was issue of a particular scholarship because I heard of Jody Ann, the first non-US person, Black person, to win the spelling bee, and they had a scholarship for her. So there was some type of focus on education. As an educator, my involvement in this association has been centered, as a matter of fact, around scholarships. When the scholarship committee started, I think I was the first chair and was chair for a number of years. We also had youth programs. We had youth committees. I remember when my son was at UCF, we had an established youth department. We had field days at the park, Barnett Park, and I believe Orla Vista. I remember when I worked in the elementary school, we got the supplies and had field days where we invited students, not just from the Jamaican Association families, but anyone in the community to come out and connect and learn the richness of the Jamaican culture and also be inspired and encouraged to succeed no matter what. So our program has continued offering assistance to groups, not just Jamaican groups, in need families in Orlando. I remember one year we did gifts to children of incarcerated individuals. We responded to 211 They sent people to us and we provided assistance with rent. Some years ago, another family was burnt out. We got together, had a fundraising for the family. So the Jamaican American Association has grown from what it started as when I was a new member to be more an organization that sees and responds to needs in the community. I've been through the association in different roles. I was secretary, committee chairs, interim president, vice president, and now I am the president. So I've come up through the process and I've seen the real focus of this association. It's not just a party club where people come and we have our gala, but it is something, an organization that serves the community.
Awesome. And in your mind, what would you say is the impact that the association has had on the diaspora here in Central Florida?
I think we have been having a great impact. As a matter of fact, when we had our Consul General Alicock, and he heard anyone leaving from South Florida coming to Orlando, they would have our contact. I think that's how Sandy and maybe others, they had a contact for the Jamaican American Association. So they came from Orlando and they knew that we are the body that would welcome them. The same way that individuals seek out families, they came to Orlando knowing that we are that family for them. We provided that connection where you feel that you're in a home away from home. We provide support to individuals who are not members, but members of the diaspora know that if there is a need, they can rely on us to respond. If they're in the hospital, we go out and support. When there are deaths, families, etc. At one time, we even journeyed from here all the way down to South Florida to support a member who was going through burial of the family member. There have been times when we have partnered with groups in South Florida. I remember my husband and myself have journeyed down to South Florida, keeping that connection. And we are part of the Jamaica Diaspora Worldwide Organization, where we are getting that training that is based on needs assessment. So we know what the diaspora within Central Florida and elsewhere require, we can respond to that. So we're that family, we're that supporter, we're the networker. If they need assistance, there's somebody in the Jamaican American Association that can provide that assistance to members of the diaspora. And we're Jamaican, so we help to strengthen that Jamaican pride.
Those are all such important things. You know, your outreach is incredible. Can you speak about any other active forms of outreach that the association has been doing in Jamaica?
Yes, wow, we have done so many projects in Jamaica. I know COVID has placed a restriction on our desire to be active in Jamaica, but in the early days, we sponsored the Arthur Went Basic School. We also did a basic school in Brownstown. We provided support, even during COVID, to a basic school in Manchester. We have been to Jamaica delivering laptops during COVID. Well, as soon as travel restrictions were relaxed and we could go, we provided laptops in Jamaica to students who are in need. There have been times when we gave scholarships based on needs. We know we have our scholarship criteria, but we sometimes relax those criteria based on the needs that we see in Jamaica, because we know that it's sometimes very difficult for students in Jamaica to gain access to what they need than students in the United States. So we maintain that connection, and mostly in education, because it is so important, not just to give somebody a fish, but teach that person how to fish.
Absolutely, well said. And what would you say is your most memorable moments while celebrating your Jamaican culture?
I think a gala where we award scholarships. And when I hear the story of the scholarship recipients, that really touches my heart. When I see them come alive from the pages of their essay and they relate to you their experiences, what they have gone through and their aspirations, and to know that we would love to give a lot more than we do for scholarships, but I am thankful and I'm grateful, and that is a strong memory for me. When we do for the young, when we continue, I know many of us get lost sometimes as African American, but as Jamaican American, we want to brand ourselves as individuals that are change makers through education and through other avenues. So I am very, very proud when we have our events and in between when we give as needs scholarships. Those are experiences that make me know that we are little, our little proverbs, we're little, but we're Talawa. And it's something that continues not just at a big event, but right throughout the year.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your eloquence, Dr. Dawkins, and thank you for being a guest on Glow. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me, and you and me and the rest of the team are doing an excellent job. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, on that note, let's take a quick break. When we return, Coach Mia has a conversation with Joan Edghill, who is the entertainment chair of the association, on what's coming up on August 6th.
The Jamaican American Association of Central Florida proudly presents Jamaica's 60th Independence Scholarship and Debutants Award Gala on August 6, 2022 at the Rosen Plaza Hotel from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Guest speaker will be Dr. Dwayne Dice, CEO of Education Solution International. Co-MCs are Mr. Lewis Witter and Miss Adriana Clark of Caribbean Rhythms Radio. Dinner served at 7:30 p.m., music and dancing by DJ Charlie Brown and Caribbean Groove Band. Tickets are $75 by calling 407-467-1741 or 321-439-2130 and also 407-292-3719. Join us for a night of excellence and elegance as we celebrate Jamaica's Diamond Jubilee. For more information, please visit online at www.JAAOCF.com. Welcome back. Our third guest on today is Joan Edghill, who was born in Kingston, Jamaica, West Indies. Born, both parents are Jamaican, primary African, English, and Scottish heritage. She has a bachelor's degree in business administration and earned her master's degree in elementary education. She was also a stockbroker at Charles Schwab, downtown Orlando. She is on the executive board of the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida as the entertainment chair, fundraising, and committee outreach. She's also a multiple myeloma cancer survivor and also KO Magazine Ribbons of Survivors 2009 multiple myeloma cancer ambassador. Joan, welcome back to Glow again. You're on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, thank you for having me on again. It's such a pleasure to be on. How are you doing?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm doing awesome. I'm here with my whole Jamaican family here, so hey, it don't get no better than this.
Excellent.
Now, we heard from, Mrs. Brown, how the Jamaican American Association started. We heard from Dr. Dawkins as the president now. Can you share how long you've been a member of the association and how did you get involved?
I've been a member for 14 years now, and I got involved, funnily enough, through a friend of mine who's from Barbados. She happened to be going to the Jamaican American Association to give a presentation about a book that she had written. And she said, why don't you come along? And I went with her, and from there on, I became a member almost immediately after that. It was just wonderful to be with people who shared my culture. And that's what I liked about it most.
Do you remember what year you actually became a member?
I think
or how long, how many years?
2008.
Wow.
So 14 years, yeah.
That's about when I started my magazine.
Oh.
That's some years. Okay. I mentioned earlier that you sit on the executive board as the entertainment chair. Now, this year, Jamaica is celebrating their 60th years of independence with their Diamond Jubilee on August 6th.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yes.
This year, you're doing, we're doing something a little different because, we include the debutantes. Can you share a little bit more what's happening on August 6th in celebration of the independence?
Well, on August 6th, as you say, it's our Diamond Jubilee. So it's extra special to us because this year we're having debutantes in addition to, as our president said, having scholarships. As we do every year, we've added debutantes this year. And two of our beautiful young ladies will be on later to talk a little more about that. We will be having a guest speaker. His name is Dr. Dice. And of course, we have two wonderful MCs, Miss Adriana Clark and Mr. Lewis Witter. And it starts at 7. It's on August the 6th. And it starts at 7 until 1 a.m. So we'd like everyone to come along and celebrate Jamaica's 60th with us. We're really looking forward to it. It's going to be a very, very exciting time.
Yeah, so it's going to be a celebration of our Jamaican culture. We're going to eat some good food. We're going to dance and also see the beautiful, debutantes as well. Yeah. And I know you're also going to be honoring a community person this year.
We are. We have chosen someone.
Can we mention the name, or is that still a secret?
No, we want it to be a surprise. He might know though. He's not Jamaican descent, okay. So that's not. But it was someone that fit, the criteria for the community service board, and we're very, very proud. I'll say this: he's a dentist, but he's done a lot for the community, and that's what we were looking for. We also have a new award. It's called the Legacy Award. And we will be awarding that this year to someone who is a member. And again, it's a secret.
So, that means that you have to come out, you have to buy your ticket.
Yes.
Again, you're part of this special society and celebrating our independence of Jamaica. So, and then see who's getting the awards, because we can't tell you. You have to come buy your ticket and come out.
You have to come and see. It's going to be a wonderful event. We've worked extremely hard, especially the entertainment committee. My entire committee has worked very hard. We meet every single Friday. Starting in June, we've met every Friday to go over everything, to make sure everything turns out perfect for our guests. So, we're really looking forward to having a great time. And we want everybody to come out and have fun. Doesn't matter where you're from. You don't have to be Jamaican. Just come out and join us and enjoy yourself.
Now, who are some of the members that are part of, putting this together? And I have to really give a shout out to Grace, for the
Yeah,
amazing
especially.
job with the journal and, all the
Mhm,
flyers and stuff that she does. She really gets involved. So
absolutely.
kudos to you, Grace.
She's my right hand person. So Grace, she takes care of all the flyers, the journal, the program. In addition to that, she's coordinating the debutantes, and she actually coordinated a workshop that was absolutely excellent. We all took part, everyone on the entertainment committee, including the president and Mr. Lionel, who is our treasurer. We all took part in that workshop where the young ladies learned about interviewing skills and writing a resume. Financial advice was given, and they learned about different careers and choices they could make, and etiquette. It was just a wonderful time. So we're taking care of our debutantes. Not only are they coming to entertain us, but we want them to have a rounded experience. So they'll also, here going to be interviewed, and we also will be having like a photo shoot, and we'll be taking them out to eat. So we're just very proud of them and looking forward to seeing them entertain us on the night of the event.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there taking pictures, and then I have one of my assistants that will be there doing some videography. So, we're going to capture everything that's going on there. Now, I know you're also involved with the fundraising and, community outreach. I know last year we did the health fair and giving vaccines and
Nations
stuff. And
and,
then we did a fashion show this year for the Caribbean Heritage Month.
and a talent
Yeah,
show.
so talent show and stuff. What are some of the things that we do here in Central Florida? And I know Dr. Dawkins talked about back in Jamaica. So some of the things that we're doing here and how people can also get involved and, come out and also volunteer.
Right. Normally we have a tea party. We didn't do that this year, but we're hoping to do it next year, God willing. And that's a fundraiser, and where you come out and just enjoy yourselves. We have fashion shows as well, and talents and different people coming to sing and so on. And that all the funds from that is used for our scholarships and for the other things we do for the community. After that, we have our big ball each year. We're so happy to be having it again this year because we haven't for 2 years, but you know what we did? We did it virtually. Although we weren't able to meet face to face, we had virtual events, and we still gave away 9 scholarships for each of those years. So we don't give up. We're just like the Jamaican people. We find ways around our challenges. This year, our theme is come out, we're giving you a night of excellence and elegance, but attached to that, we're raising the bar. And by that, what we mean is we've done a lot, as the president and our founder has told you, all the things we've done, but we want to do more. We're not satisfied on sitting on our laurels. We want to do better. We want to go higher, and we want to give more to our community here and our community in Jamaica. Now, this year, our plans are to have a health fair, God willing, and you'll learn more about that later. And we also would like to have our Christmas party this year is another fundraiser, which we usually do, and that's an awful lot of fun as well. So there's so many things that we have planned. Oh, and we have our Thanksgiving gift baskets that we gave. We did that.
Yeah, we did last year.
These are things that we started during COVID, our annual gift. So we're planning to do that every year and to give more each year. Like the Japanese say, sometimes it's better to make small increments, increase your good in small increments and let it grow. And that's our plan. We plan to try to do better every year. So we also started during COVID a gift drive around the Christmas time where we give gifts to Harbor House for
Mm-hmm.
people, domestic violence victims. And so we did that 2 years so far, and we're planning, God willing, to do it again this year and to continue to do that and to do more. There's so much more in our planning. We actually have a strategic plan, and we try our best to add something from that plan to what we do every year. We really want to help our communities here and in Jamaica in every way possible. Oh, by the way, there's something our founder forgot, and she's the one who came up with the idea, but we're planning a music school. So that's
Mm-hmm.
something to look out for as well. Yes, we have a lot
Yes.
that we hope to do, and we can do it. We pray by God's grace and by getting help, more members, more people wanting to help, our communities to join us.
Definitely. And, one of the things I really enjoy is, when we have our meetings, at one point we were doing it virtually, but, we had fun, and you guys had the, trivia questions and stuff. So, you had to really get up on your Jamaican history,
Yeah.
with it. So I really enjoy it. It's
I
personal,
agree.
it's like a family organization. So I just encourage, anyone that, if you're Jamaican or Jamaican heritage, come and join the association. We're doing big things, in our community and, back in Jamaica.
We've
as
got
well.
big. Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to, the Independence dance coming up. Is there anything before we go? Is there anything that you want to share that we didn't cover?
Well, will you be talking to the young ladies?
Yeah, the debutants are going to come on. Dawn is going to be doing that interview with them as well.
I'd just like to share that we really are looking forward to having a magnificent event.
Mm-hmm.
And we're asking you, please get your tickets. If you have not already done so, you can call 407-292-3719 or 321-439-2130 if you still need tickets. Okay, looking forward to seeing everybody there. August the 6th.
Again, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joan, for taking time and, coming on and sharing a little bit about what you do with the entertainment community, fundraising, and community outreach, and just planning, our celebration of our independence that's coming up on August 6th. Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, Coach Dawn is going to have a conversation with two of our debutants of the Jamaican American Association. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
It's your girl, Lady Q, and I would love to invite you to What's in Your Purse Women's Conference. The date is August 12th through the 14th, and we're going to get together and we're going to release the baggage that we have been carrying, and I need you to go register. Register for the conference at www.wip22.eventbrite.com. Grab your mom, your sister, your cousin, your friend, your next door neighbor, your co-worker, and bring them with you August 12th through the 14th for What's in Your Purse Women's Conference. And I cannot wait to see you there.
Welcome back, everyone. In our fourth segment tonight, our special guests are Erin Grant and Aniya Roden. These are the 2022 Jamaican American Association of Central Florida debutantes. Ladies, welcome to Glow.
Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. It's an honor. And so, Aniya, Aniya is 16 years old. She goes to Olympia High School, and she's going to graduate in 2024. Her choice of college is Louisiana State University, where she plans on majoring in fashion design. Erin graduated from Ridge Community High School and attends the University of South Florida. Her major is public health. Aniya, can you please share with us why you chose Louisiana State University as opposed to another university?
Okay, I chose Louisiana State University due to me watching the NCAA collegiate track and field, and I liked their performance.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you an athlete yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's excellent. In track and field?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that is wonderful. I also have a degree in fashion design, so you're a woman after my own heart. So I can't wait to see what it is you're going to do in the future. Erin, your major is public health, and your career goal is to work at the Center of Disease Control, or CDC. Can you please share your reason for choosing this field?
I have a big passion for healthcare, and so I feel like working for that organization, I can make a big impact in the world of healthcare and just different like diseases and protection for citizens across the world.
That is such a beautiful goal, and thank you for the heart that you have for people. So Aniya and Erin, why did you choose to become this year's debutantes for the Jamaican American Association? And how will you use that to inspire other young women like yourself? We're going to start with Aniya and then Erin.
I chose to become a debutante because I wanted to learn how to be a better young lady and be in a circle to where I can get mentorship and a leader's standard point to do better later on in life when I become older. And I feel like I can help other young ladies by doing better to what I've learned in the as in becoming a debutante.
Wonderful. Erin?
I would say for more confidence and just showing other young ladies that going out of your comfort zone can really like help you grow as a person, and just like show them that they too can be like role models for younger girls.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very proud of you too. So as women of culture and representing your cultural heritage of Jamaica, how do you educate others about your culture? Aniya?
The food is good, the music, and the athletics.
That's absolutely true. And Erin, what about you?
I would talk about how the history affected the culture, like looking back what certain history like affected this culture and this, like for instance, maybe like how the music of Bob Marley affected the culture of Jamaica, or just the national heroes, how they paved the way for people like us.
That's beautiful. So for those amongst us who may be embarrassed about where they came from and have adapted to the American lifestyle, in your observation, ladies, has the culture inspired America, or has America inspired the culture? Aniya?
I'd say the culture inspired America. I look at it as of the athletic point of view. Jamaica made it to the World Championships, and we're now number one. We all got all 3 medals, and America is grooming their athletes to be just like the Jamaican athletes.
Very fine point. Great answer. And Erin, what about you?
I would say the culture has inspired America, basically, because just like even the food and the music has blended into like American music, and that's where most artists like will get their roots from. So overall, I think the culture has inspired America.
Yes, I agree with both of you. Well, thank you for being on Glow. And how can our viewers follow you on social media?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at trackstar.nana. It's Trackstar, and the star has 2 R's and with a dot, and Nana.
Okay, perfect. And Erin?
You can follow me on Instagram. It's just my name backwards. So if you say Erin Grant, just type it in backwards.
Okay, so just at N-I-R-E?
Yeah, and then my last name, T-N-A-R-G.
Okay, can you say your last name one more time? Sorry.
Grant.
Oh, Grant. Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you, young ladies. This has been such an honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to wrap up with just a few words. While Jamaicans tend to be well known for tourism to our beautiful island, our spicy food, and reggae music, unfortunately, cruel and inaccurate stereotypes still persist that can be very damaging to our communities abroad. Education creates opportunities for understanding between different groups and can be the remedy for xenophobia and bullying. This is where organizations such as the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida can make such a huge difference in the way we perceive ourselves and the way that others perceive us. As a Jamaican myself, we couldn't ask for more than to be represented by people who are so passionate about sharing the best attributes of our culture with the communities we live amongst. Ladies, it's been an honor, and thanks for joining us on Glow.
Thank you so much, Dawn. We had a great show, having, both of the, everyone on there and shared so much, cultural history of Jamaica. And, we just love, the young women of culture that, that inspire other young women like yourself. And we just got to keep going, So I definitely want to thank my co-host, Coach Dawn Hewitt, and our special guests, Dr. Barbara Dawkins, Joan Edghill, Mrs. Marjorie Brown, and 2 of the 2022 debutantes, Erin Grant and Aniya Road, and the viewers. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Coach Mia coming to you from Ocoee, Florida. Until next time, stay safe and well and continue to find your glow within the mind, body, and soul. Hey, this is your girl, Coach Mia, inviting you to check out the next episode of Glow 365 TV on Tuesday, July 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a special documentary on Ribbons of Survivors 365, Our Warriors of Hope and Wellness, with our special guest, Raquel Gammon, who shares her journey living beyond Graves' disease, hosted by Coach Dawn Hewitt. Then, on August 9th, we have our very own Lady Q, gives us some insights on her upcoming event, What's in Your Purse? Glow Show is streaming live on YouTube at Official KUO Magazine. Also, please don't forget to check out online the July, August, September 2022 current issue of KUO Magazine. On the cover is Dr. Todd Hall, who shares being a pastor and overcoming some of life's challenges. Other features are Raquel, again, who shares her journey of living beyond Graves' disease. And in our youth corner, we have Julian and Michaela, who share their views on bullying, friendship, the importance of cultural heritage, and being on the radio with their grandmother, Andrea Jackson. And celebrity vegan chef Sandy Moraes shares her delicious vegan chickpea tuna recipe, and so much more. Again, log on to www.kuomagazine.com. Tell a friend and share.